Shalom and good day all, this is T-Healing29 back again for some DC reviews, and in these DC reviews I'll be covering Batman and Robin Year 1 by Mark Waid, and returning with Mark Waid with World's Finest issue 32. And that is issue 1 of also Batman and Robin Year 1. So I'll now get things organised for the first one that will be reviewed. So starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with Alfred Pennyworth along with Bruce Wayne as Dick Grayson is learning about the area of criminology, and of course we see that he's taking his time whilst looking through the materials until they finally move to getting on to the scene of Batman working on Robin's first debut with working alongside with Batman. So as the story continues, as we move towards the middle of the story, we catch up with Batman along with Robin, Dick Grayson of course, as they start to move on taking on events that lead them to the character of Two-Face. And last but not least, we move towards the end of the story, to which we meet one of the big I guess underworld characters that are working on doing some stuff in Gotham. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, because I actually feel what they're doing here is sort of like trying to set this art according to a certain era, and it feels like it does that. Next is the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything in relation to of time? No, we don't. Next is the area of the location. So what do we get to see? We of course start off in Gotham. We go to Wayne Manor and also the Modoff Airfield, or an airport of sorts. Last but not least, the cast of characters considering Bruce Wayne Batman, Alfred Pennyworth, which was really nice to see. We need that character back in main DC line. It's just not the same without Alfred being around. Like proper Alfred. Of course, we have Dick Grayson Robin, and we have the character of Two-Face and General Granfield, I think it is. I might have Grinwald, I think it is. For the overall story writing in this, or storytelling in this, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into World's Finest, issue 32. So, moving into first things first, for the World's Finest, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? In some essence it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as well as the story, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we end up encountering something that has happened with both Batman and Superman in the World's Finest, and it's up to the character or the group of the JSA to, well, help free them from whatever the hell they've been put under. As the story continues, we have the JSA working on doing their best to free up the characters. Of course, we have the character of the Spectre make their appearance, along with Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and many others. And last but not least, towards the end, to which they're finally freed from the mind control that they were under. They are now able to take on the villain that had them under their control. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. Considering how far we are comic-wise with this particular run, did we get any reference or comic book references to any of the previous issues, or something that might be important to this run, or this particular story? The answer is no. Next is the area of time, no indication. Next is the area of the locations that took place in the story. We had the Batcave, we had Solar City, we had the JSA headquarters, and we had Gotham, we had Earth, and the Sahara Desert. The cast of characters consisting of members of the Justice League, of course, Robin, the character of Spectre, and also the members that make up the JSA. For the overall story rating in this, I give it a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.